Clash of the Titans. At about 11 p.m., I was leaning over the lee rail, gazing steadily at the bright surface of the sea, where the intense radiance of the tropical moon made a broad path like a pavement of burnished silver. Eyes that saw not, mind only, confusedly conscious of my surroundings, were mine. But suddenly I started to my feet with an exclamation and stared with all my might at the strangest sight I ever saw. There was a violent commotion in the sea right where the moon's rays were concentrated, so great that, remembering our position, I was at first inclined to alarm all hands. For I had often heard of volcanic islands suddenly lifting their heads from the depths below, or disappearing in a moment, and with Sumatra's chain of active volcanoes so near, I felt doubtful indeed of what was happening. Getting the night glasses out of the cabin scuttle, where they were always hung in readiness, I focused them on the troubled spot, perfectly satisfied by a short examination that neither volcano nor earthquake had anything to do with what was going on, yet so vast were the forces engaged that I might well have an excuse for my first supposition. A very large sperm whale was locked in deadly conflict with a cuttlefish or squid, almost as large as himself, whose interminable tentacles seemed to enlace the whole of the great body. The head of the whale especially seemed a perfect network of writhing arms, naturally, I suppose, for it appeared as if the whole head the whale had the tail part of the mollusk in his jaws, and in businesslike methodical way was sawing through it. By the side of the black column or head of the whale appeared the head of the great squid, as awful an object as one could well imagine even in a fevered dream. Judging as carefully as possible, I estimated it to be at least as large as one of our pipes, which contained 350 gallons, but it may have been, and probably was, a good deal larger. The eyes were very remarkable from their size and blackness, which contrasted with the livid whiteness of the head, made their appearance all the more striking. They were at least a foot in diameter, and seen under such conditions looked decidedly eerie and hobgoblin-like. All around the combatants were numerous sharks, like jackals round a lion, ready to share the feast and apparently assisting in the destruction of the huge cephalopod. So the titanic struggle went on in perfect silence, as far as we were concerned, because even had there been any noise, our distance from the scene of conflict would not have permitted us to hear it. Frank T. Bullen, The Cruise of the Cachalot, 1898.